So here we are back out in the forest on the way out to change the batteries and memory card in the camera trap. It's actually been a fortnight since I was last able to get out here, so the camera trap's been out here by itself, hopefully operating successfully for the last couple of weeks. When I change the batteries this time, we're actually flying out to go overseas at the end of next week, so the next time I get back to the camera trap will be at least 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks away. So really important that it's set up correctly and it's got the maximum chance of operating for as long as possible while we're away. So I've actually rigged up a system where I can connect basically 2 sets of batteries in parallel to the camera trap to keep it running for as long as possible. So I've brought out double sets of batteries for the camera trap to keep it running, and then I'm going to actually swap over all of the batteries for everything, the camera, the motion detector, basically just to make sure that there's a minimum chance of anything failing in the 3 to 4 weeks while we're away. Okay, let's go. Got 347 images on the memory card, so that's I guess a good sign. Pictures of me triggering it when I was setting up. A lot of pictures of the sunlight, sort of dappled sunlight coming down through the trees and triggering the motion detector, so you can see I didn't reset the motion detector to only fire at night. I will definitely do that before I leave this time. Up to 60, up to 70. $120. What's that? Nope, nothing. Up to 150, no nighttime photos. Up to 200, no nighttime photos. Okay, that's nighttime. Totally black. I would guess that's a wallaby butt in front of me. Nighttime photo. Looks like I might have something on the log there. No. Yeah, it definitely looks like something moving on the log. Let's see if I can zoom in on that. No, can't see what it is. Looks like an Antechinus right at the edge of the frame. Whoa. It's a wallaby right in front of it. Some nighttime photos of the log. Some more wallaby. There's definitely something on the log there. What's that? Can't tell, too dark. Okay, so some potential there, but yeah, just really don't have a sense of whether I've got any quality photos there. But regardless, we push on. So let me just jump in and change all the batteries. Here's video off the trail camera monitoring the setup, showing a bush rat crossing the log. Here's video of an antechinus crossing the log, and you can see and hear that it triggers the camera trap. Here's a bush rat butt. Here's what appears to be an antechinus caught mid-flight leaping off the log. Here's an antechinus hiding behind the foliage up the far end of the log. And here's the best photo of the lot, a moody-looking antechinus emerging from the shadows. Basically, the main flash has failed and the antechinus is only lit by the backlight. Totally unplanned, but an interesting effect. Okay, so in changing the batteries on the flashes this time, I've actually because I'm going to be away for so long, I've actually built a connector to allow me to connect the two batteries in parallel, so that while the voltage remains the same for the speed light, there's hopefully twice as much power, or certainly significantly more power to enable the speed light to keep functioning for longer. So I'll add that into the system, add in the two batteries, and let's see how it goes. So looking good. That powered up as soon as I connected up the first of the two batteries, and nothing bad happened when I connected up the second. So I did check the wiring at home, but that's looking good. So I'll just seal that back up. A lot of stuff in there now. I think I'm going to get a second loop of elastic band around that, a rubber band around that battery. It doesn't look stable. Obviously, if things aren't stable, you know, they're sitting here swaying in the wind or being nibbled on by wallabies, there's a significant chance for something to go wrong, work loose, you know, battery to fall away over the course of 4 weeks left alone to itself. So here's the motion detector. So it's got settings on the side that enable you to configure it for whether you allow it to work in bright situations or only want it to work at night. So that's where I'll reconfigure it. But and also you can see I'm using gaffer tape here to actually avoid it being triggered by movement above that's you know, outside of what the camera will see. So I just want to focus on what's seen between these shutters. So I've switched it off, and now I need to crack it open and change the batteries. Save space. I'm using a very small, save space and weight, using a very small screwdriver, but it's only just long enough to reach the screws on this. So they're coming loose. Just need to make sure I don't drop them in the bush. I'll lose them in the leaf litter. These are quite well designed. There's a lot of additional configuration that's actually inside the unit. So a lot of dip switches that you use to configure it and set the channel and things like that. But gratefully, all of the stuff inside is stuff that you don't need to use very often. So it's a very really sort of only a couple of times a year that I actually find myself cracking this open to change the batteries, which I will do now. So important in doing these sorts of things that you make sure you've got just good habits around ensuring you're not mixing up used memory cards and new memory cards and new batteries and old batteries. Such a damn shame to have to come all the way out here just to load up a device with old batteries. So replacing these, really just a precaution. Basically now it should be good to go for many months. Yep, so they're showing as fresh, which is good. I'll seal it back up. It's a very good system, very well weatherproofed. So very secure, very robust. So we'll seal that back up, reconfigure it so it's only shooting at night, and then I'll change the memory card on the trail camera here, and then I'm right to refocus the camera and check it, and then head back home. So here are the settings on the motion detector, and so this one is the luminosity setting. So I've got it turned all the way up so that it will operate basically any time, night or day. And so what I'm doing is turning that right down, or a long way down, so that it will really only work during the sort of twilight or gloomier times. Okay, so I don't want to go all the way down. I just want to sort of stop it from. I'm interested in getting I think the Antechinus and the bush rats are probably crepuscular as well as so they're sort of quite active in dawn and nighttime. So yeah, important that I'm able to also capture any activity that happens in the twilight. So I've turned that down. Now let's set that back up and then test everything. So that should all be in order. I'm just going to test the camera. Just I put where the on the log where the Antechinus or the bush rats or the pygmy possums will be coming through, just to make sure that the flashes fire. And assuming that's all in order, then we're right to go. And I think I've got enough time this morning to actually get it back in further into the forest and retrieve the additional trail cameras that I've got scouting in there. Very glad I checked because there's one of the flashes is not working, so I'll work out what's happening there and fix that. So when I'm heading deeper into to do the trail cameras, I sometimes leave some more of my stuff here, but today the plan basically is to retrieve them and bring them back. So I've got the main bag to pack everything up back into to bring them back. Okay, the bush is really a lot denser, sort of probably the further in you go. So yeah, this is a reasonably hard slog, and also it can be so dense that you can be within a metre of the trail cameras and not be able to see them. So yeah, probably the GPS is. I actually don't recall what the accuracy is, but it's probably less than a metre. But you sort of find yourself walking around in circles, crisscrossing, trying to find where the trail camera is, and just the bush can be just so dense you just can't see it. But I haven't lost one because of that yet. I've lost them when they've been stolen, but I haven't lost one because I haven't been able to find it. Okay, let's head in. Okay, so there's one of the trail cameras. You can see it's been knocked out of position. I can see that the wallabies have been gnawing on the knob at the bottom. So yeah, obviously they're just grinding their teeth on the knob. So yeah, that's the sort of thing that obviously will knock it out of position. And yeah, oh yuck! Just a whole heap of water gathered in that tube. I'll have to empty that out before I put that back in the sack. Okay, let's pack that one up. Here's a sample of video from one of the trail cameras showing what it's like when the wallabies grind their teeth on the fittings. You can see the vibrations and hear the grinding. And there's the next one. Again, it's been completely turned around. It was focused on the fork of these trees behind. Let me see if I can show you those. So the fork of the trees, it looks like there's an Antechinus nest there. I saw an opening to what appeared to be a nest, so I was monitoring that. But as you can see, again, the wallabies have been grinding their teeth and moving the camera around, so God knows what's on it. Okay, I'll pack that one up now. Here's some video off that trail camera. From the body shape, this looks like a bush rat. This is from the same trail camera showing an eastern pygmy possum. Here's another bush rat. This is a bandicoot digging for insects in the leaf litter. And this appears to be a juvenile bandicoot, so time to head home.